The 49ers lost again. Here it is. Mike, it's Kyle Shanahan, the wrong fit for the 49ers. You ready?
You damn right.
Let's do it. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the BAM Show. We're not going to hold no punches, right? We're going to get in, get out. Let's have some fun with this. Mike, what's good, man? Niners, they take another L, and they lose to a divisional rival. So that's 2 L's in the NFC West, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm a little torn on this team right now. And my biggest problem is that people just don't care because, we've been worse at this point before. Or we've seen this team with just 3 wins after 8 games and we've been fine. And like people act like that's normal. Like those were special seasons because we were able to rally like that. We were younger then. We're getting older now. Like it's not the same. It's not the same. So, but personally, I'm good. I'm taking my baby's Halloween shopping today for the first time ever.
I hope. I'm a hope. I ain't gonna pray, but I'm a hope that you going to a specialty store. Because if you go into a regular store, you ain't gonna find nothing. That stuff was sold back in July.
Oh no, we go into the big warehouse joint.
Okay, that's
they
why
rented out like the whole first and second floor of the mall.
You heard me say, I hope you go into a specialty store. Because you know Walmart started doing Halloween in July. You know what I'm saying? 4th of July, you got Halloween costumes. You know what I'm saying? Target way too damn expensive. You know, I don't know if there's any other type of stores like that out there where you live. But I mean, look, I know for me, last night, there was a lot of overreactions last night. For some reason, I'm not overreacting. And you have to look at where you've been before. I mean, I think that's the only way, like I ain't going back there. Like I'm not going back there, regardless whether it's a different team or not. You know, that's another question. You could say that the whole NFL is different. I mean, we look at what we expected. I think our expectations for our team was one thing, and we didn't really get a chance to see this team kind of like come together, gel together. And I think that's what it's just taking more time. Our team usually starts off slow. Like the last 2 times we started off super hot, we went to the Super Bowl and we lost. Maybe this is a year where you don't start off hot, right? You find your rhythm, you find that surge, and then it's like
they're not even. Look, they're not even starting off bad. Like if they had a field goal kicker they had a field goal kicker last night, we get 32 points.
They're not starting off bad, right? I'm glad you said that because the Niners aren't a bad team, but there are things that they do badly, which prevents them from winning. And so, like, you're right. I agree with that. I think it's the first time we agreed in a minute. I don't think the Niners are starting off bad, but their record is starting off bad. So because of the reflection of the record, it's 2-3, bro. Like, that's not what we expected our team to be, like, at this point. But that doesn't mean it's the end all be all. If people are overreacting or panicking because the record is 2-3 after the first 5 weeks, let me just be honest, right? What did you have our record being after, not pre prediction shows? I'm talking about after you actually watch the first game, because that's when it comes into reality. You see your team and you be like, all right, we could beat something. But all the stuff started to hit the fan. You know, we definitely predicated our record predicaments, right, off of Christian McCaffrey being here, team being healthy, and then stuff started.
You want to know what I thought the overall record was going to be after watching the first game?
Well, I was saying like maybe like, yeah, like did you have us after watching the first game? Did you have us still being that team? Because I remember having a conversation and we were like, yeah, we're a little different. Because even that first week, it didn't seem dominating. Even though we dominated the game, It didn't seem like we were that team. You know what I'm saying? That dominating type of team.
The first game was a little weird. I don't think we had Kittle in week 1. We didn't have CMC, but we were pleasantly surprised.
I thought we lost him in week 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right. Ayuk was a no-show. He was there, but he didn't really do much of anything. I thought I was actually pleasantly surprised after week 1 because of Mason only. Like, I thought Mason really handled the 25-plus carries well. And so I was like, all right, it is sustainable. We might have something here. We might be able to survive. It wasn't until the following week is when I was like, maybe I need to adjust my expectations for this team.
Okay. It wasn't until week 5, like this week?
No. It wasn't until the next game, the Vikings
I'm sorry.
game.
I don't know what the hell I'm hearing then. Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah. No, that Vikings game I think was a little bit eye-opening for me.
Really? Because I didn't get that.
Yeah. No, the Vikings game, it's the end of the half and the end of the
it was one play that changed that whole game. One.
Maybe.
It's like it was there's no maybe, there's one play that changed the game. You can't say maybe when there's one play. We didn't finish the game well. Like, obviously we lost. It was one play. One breakdown, one mental lapse, one fart, one play. Same scenario as in that last year when we played them on Sunday Night Football. Like, literally.
Yeah, but what was different about it this time is that in that Vikings game,
they had time.
It showed me 3 different times. No, not even that. Include that play. They showed me 3 different times, twice on offense and once on defense. No, twice on defense, actually, that they couldn't get a stop to close out the game, or the offense couldn't get the go-ahead score to close out the game. They showed me twice in that game on both sides of the ball, and I was like, oh, this team is not the same. That's a mentality, and that's why I think it comes down to coaching. That's a mentality. So this team doesn't have that killer instinct.
This team doesn't have an identity.
That too.
So how are you going to have a killer instinct if you don't even know who you are?
But why isn't the team supposed to be a reflection of the head coach?
The team's supposed to be a reflection, but that doesn't mean a reflection is a reflection. Teams still got to go out there and perform, right? So, like, at the end of the day, you could be right. We need to be like this. Okay. Then when they go out there, they're not like that. I don't understand like how. It's not a blame game show. I feel like every time we lose, we play the blame game. So this is more like let's talk about Kyle Shanahan and being the right fit. Before we do that, shout out to our sponsors over at Locker. You can download the Locker app from your app store. All right. It's the #1 fantasy football app. The scenarios are crazy. You can win money. You can bet. They're matching money. Go ahead and take advantage of that. Follow TWBEN Sports. Join that league so you can play against some of us. All right. Locker app is in the description of the show. Also, show is not monetized. There's no super chats. There's no member features. But if you do want to donate, there's the Cash App. There's the Venmo. There's the PayPal. Go ahead and do your thing. If you choose to, you are not obligated, but we do appreciate it. All right. So thank you. Mike, you were I agree with being a reflection of the head coach. If the coach doesn't have an identity, meaning, and let me explain what the identity means, right? What type of coach and what type of coach are we going to have, and what type of team are you looking for to be out there? Are you looking for a team that could close out games? Are you looking for a team that's going to be gritty? Are you looking for a team that's going to be straight finesse? Are you looking for a team that's a mixture of all of it? And I think,
or we have none of that though.
Right.
We have none of any of those qualities that you just listed. Like the Lions, the Lions are a gritty team.
The Lions are a ground and pound team.
Right. They take on that personality of Dan Campbell. Right? Like they fully embrace that.
Right. But that's not and our coach, right. But from what we've known, we've had our coach, this is his 8th year. And from what we've known, we're still talking about his identity. Right? Because
we thought we had it figured out until this season. And now all of a sudden
don't be 100, bro. It changes all the time. Like, let's come on. Let's keep it a buck. If we go back to, I would give Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch the first 3 years of not giving what the identity was. We didn't know who our team was. We were trying to we paid for everybody. Kyle Juszczyk is still here from that first free agency. Like, you get what I'm saying? We didn't know what we were going to be. We drafted all these trench players and none of them worked out. None of them. Right. And so, like, that's what we didn't know what we were going to be. We were trying to become a bully. Then we found out that we were going to be bullies because that's what we became. Deebo takes on that bully mentality. Kyle Shanahan strips the ball from Jimmy Garoppolo in games when it mattered because we were like, oh, no, you're not going to mess this game up. And then we started running the ball down people's throats. Remember that? Remember the Minnesota Vikings? Remember they couldn't beat us because we ran the ball? That was what we were. But we still didn't do it in the sense of the way that the Detroit Lions are doing it. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you think that our personnel is the reason why we don't have a full identity? Like no. We don't have. See, I do.
No, I don't.
When I look at the Lions, you said they do what?
They take on the personification. They are Dan Campbell personified.
Right. But what do they do when they go out there on the football field?
They're gritty. They're going to do it by any means necessary. They're going to run the ball. Okay. If you dare us to throw against you, we're going to throw against you. We're going to take risk and gambles all game long. That's what the Lions do.
Do you know why they run the ball?
Because they can.
But why? Who do they have?
I don't understand your question.
Who are they running backs, Mike? They got running backs. They got 2 running backs literally that could rush for 1,000 yards in the same season. So when they go to run the ball, if one running back ain't getting it, they bring in that bruiser guy. If the bruiser guy, David Montgomery, ain't getting it, they bring in the flashy, the quick guy. They have they got different personnel to run that type of offense. So I'm asking you, are the 49ers lacking in that department due to injury, due to whatever? Like, it just seemed like they're missing a piece. And to be fair to Kyle, well, not from us, but everybody bitching that Kyle hurt Christian McCaffrey. So that's
lame.
So it's you're right, because I'm not, but you know that's what's out there. Let's just keep it a buck. You know that's what's out there. People said that Kyle overworked Christian McCaffrey. Now he got 2 of them Achilles injuries, right? So what if Kyle is feeling some type of remorse about that, and he's not trying to overwork this Jordan Mason guy because that's all he got? Is that him? It's some guys we don't know, and it's a rookie that's struggling. We don't know Patrick Taylor Jr., bro. We ain't watched one game of his. We don't know Keyshawn Vaughn. We ain't watched one game of his. We only know what they've done in preseason. So I'm asking, like, bro to bro, do you think there's a reason that this team can't figure out what their identity is supposed to be due to lack of players?
I still don't think so.
Okay.
No. That's until one of the players show me they can't answer the bell when Kyle calls their number, then I'm never going to blame the players. When we had no Christian McCaffrey week 1, Mason showed all the way up. When Brandon Ayuk and Deebo were struggling to find their identity, Jawan Jennings stepped all the way up.
All right, so let's go back to week 1. You're talking about a team that didn't know what the Niners were going to do. All right? So then, now you got film.
What team didn't know? What team didn't know that the Niners were going to come out and run the ball crazy?
They didn't know what they were going to get from Jordan Mason, bro. The motherfucker never started a game in his career. How is it that you can sit there and say, oh, they got film on a player, they're going to play us different, and then a team finally does that, they adjust to the game, they stack the box, and next thing you know, we don't do the same stuff. Can't say it both ways. Week 1, Jets got ran on. Week 2, what happened?
Another 100 yards on the ground. What are we talking about?
It didn't get, but he wasn't used the same way. He finished
because they threw the ball more.
It's not just because they threw the ball. He just wasn't used the same way. We lost that game because he wasn't used the same way. Repeat the title of the show. It just seems like the answer to all the questions from Kyle is to find a way to run the ball. But I'm trying to figure out why he's not consistently doing that. You get where I'm going with this? Like, I don't understand.
All I know is at the end of every game, Mason's averaging 5 yards a carry. Kyle's choosing to not or to use him however he's choosing to use him.
Those are good numbers, but we're losing. So those numbers are great. If a running back's averaging 5 yards a carry, which is probably higher, I don't know if you looked that up, but if he's averaging 5 yards a carry, that's great. But you know what he can't do? He can't score in the red zone. You know what he can't do? He can't line up like other guys. And at the end of the day, to me, we're not running the ball as what's the number? Like we're not forcing the run. I think in this game, did you check the stats of this game? Not stats, but like the plays. Have you gone through that? Have you looked at the times we ran the ball? All right, I'll read them to you off the top of my head. You ready? 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 yards, 4 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards, 1 yard, -1 yard. Like that was early, and just the run wasn't working in this game. And then there came a moment where he hits a 34-yard run. I don't know what happened, but that's the attrition. So I'm trying to figure out if not having that rush attack mentality, that's what's missing. It's got to be what's missing. It's there, but it's not there because Kyle feels like he could take advantage of these teams passing, which in Brock Purdy's defense, he has been able to do. So what do we do? Because now you got to play another divisional game with more tape, and what are they going to do? Every week, I expect 8 in the box. I'm at this point. That's what I'm gonna expect. I don't know about you, but if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm just gonna play 8 in the box. My 8 got to figure it out. If my 8 can't figure it out, oh well. Like we try. I feel like we're the only team that can put 8 in the box and still not stop a run.
That's the other side of it too. We've been talking about this offense this whole time, and the defense has been just as much of a letdown.
Yeah, like you get what I'm saying? Like
bro,
what happened?
Like at a point in the third quarter, we had 14 missed tackles, bro.
It was the stats say 12. You might have counted 14. No, it really was 12.
They showed it during the game. That's not a Mike stat.
Every one of those
showed that joint during the
tackles,
game,
bro. But it was 12. Either way, it's too much. And the issue with our team is defensive wise is the run defense. It's been the issue for the past few seasons, Mike. So it's how ironic is that we choose not to run the ball and we still can't stop the run. That's my question to you.
Say it again. What?
How
ironic is it
that we choose not to run the ball? I feel like if we were a team that just said, F it, we're going to run the ball, I guarantee you we would find ourselves in way better predicaments. But there are times where Kyle will go through the pass phase. The first drive was pass, punt. pass, incomplete punt. Go ahead.
I'm so confused. I swear you started this by telling me we didn't have the personnel to run.
I said, as far as what the mentality was when it comes down to what the Detroit Lions, you mentioned the Detroit Lions, they got a 2-headed monster. Where's our 2-headed monster, Mike? I think that's what I was trying to allude to, and you just missed it.
Oh, Kyle don't care about a 2-headed monster. Like y'all just said, he'll run one person into the ground. Christian McCaffrey, say hi.
That's not true, because last year he was trying to get Elijah Mitchell back into the mix, and he just couldn't get right. He wasn't ready for Jordan Mason last year. Elijah Mitchell's not right. He gets put on the IR. We thought we were going to get who? Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason this year. That's the whole thing we were predicating on. Like, yeah, finally, Mitchell's done. He's hurt. He's out. he's out, whatever, because everybody still wanted to trade him. Cool that, this being the bet, that, whatever. I'm thinking it's coming down to trust. And now Jordan Mason, he has no choice but to use Jordan Mason. And then maybe the injury to Christian McCaffrey spooked him a bit. Maybe. I don't think he thought it was going to be this long. I don't know, bro. I don't know. My point is, how ironic is it that we choose not to run when we probably should try to run, right? And we can't stop the run still to this day. I don't know if it's great offensive line play and our guys are just getting bullied up front. I didn't watch the film from this game. But in what I remember watching on live TV is that I watched one man break every tackle, like everyone.
The whole second half.
Couldn't rush for a penny in the first half. You would have thought because he was fresh in the second half. I don't know, bro. I'm not on the blame Kyle Shanahan. I'm not on the fire Kyle Shanahan team, but that doesn't mean there's not things he still needs to figure out and work on with who he has.
What do you do when you need an emotional spark? Like, and that's the other thing, right? Other teams have their players that, like, hey, we losing, we down bad, or we need someone to give us a spark. Like, we going to throw to Justin Jefferson. Let's get the crowd fired. Let's get the offense.
We have those players
fired back up. Deebo's not that guy. Deebo hasn't been that guy when all else fails. It's Deebo time.
I believe Deebo is that dude. I don't think that's what the play design is for some reason. My thing is give the ball to the guy that can make a play. That's me. But if you're telling me that Kyle Shanahan, quote unquote, has the training wheels on this quarterback situation, to whereas Brock Purdy said it himself, he should have just threw the ball to Kittle, who was wide open. I mean, it's easy to say it after, but he was dialing it up to throw all the way down to Brandon Ayuk, who was wide open, but he didn't account for the pressure that was right in his face. Yeah, did somebody miss a block? For sure. But that's the process. That's what you need your quarterback to kind of like figure out. You can't throw that interception when you have an opportunity to get your team into winning position to win the game. So yeah, we could blame whoever, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Deebo was the spark player. Kittle, he's a spark player. He's got to get these guys the ball.
Yeah, but and they tried. I will say in the second half there was a clear concerted effort to say, all right, they're going to probably try to take away Ayuk right now. We're going to go to Kittle.
That's what
like you can see did. Kyle flip the switch, right? But then when Kittle starts dropping, I don't even remember Deebo getting many more targets.
Deebo had 3 targets the whole game.
That's not acceptable when you don't have a kicker. When you don't have a kicker and you don't have Christian McCaffrey and you scared to run your back, you only ran your back 14 times in the game. Now, I know that Garendo got some carries. I know that. I know. But it's like, what are we doing? Like, we went away from all the guys. We went away from the guys when we didn't have the kicker. And I started this by saying, if we had a kicker, we get 3 more field goals, we score 32 points. I want to keep that very clear. Not having a kicker was a huge change in everything that happened in that game. No excuse like to lose.
Factoring, you can say it's no excuse to lose, man, but you, me, everybody watching this show has no idea like what effect an injury takes the toll on a person, a whole team. Like, we saw this team lose when Dre Greenlaw got injured in the Super Bowl. We saw this team look like I think the injury just deflated somehow, some way the team. You said that the offense, well, I don't know if we said this, but the offense was a non-factor. And as far as scoring, and I want to be like super accurate with that statement in the second half. It was a non-factor as far as scoring. They moved the ball tremendously well. They just could not get the ball into the end zone. They got to the red zone, Mike, 3 times, bro. How is that not moving the ball well?
Didn't we have like 200 yards in the first half of offense?
Yeah, and then when the team adjusts, because they know they're playing you differently, you got to start forcing to do things like a little differently. I don't know. It sounds like I'm coming up with excuses, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I just feel that what?
That's what it sounds like.
No, it don't. It sounds like motherfuckers got to execute. So if you drop a pass, bad execution. That's not a bad play call. That's what I'm saying. The team just couldn't execute when they needed to properly. So that's not an excuse. My point is they moved the ball. They got the ball down to the goddamn red zone goal line, and they couldn't get in. And the defense is new. We couldn't kick it. And then when we got to the 8-yard line, what happened? Oh, we could win the game. Fumble. You need to record yourself saying that. That's what I need. Fumblerooski. It was mad smooth. It wasn't even like an afflected one. It was Fumblerooski. No, it was fumble. But you get what I'm saying? Like, and so it's like, dang, like, how can we just like bypass the team just being piss poor in that area? Is it play calling down in that area? Could be. Is it execution? It could be. It could be all of it. But I know one thing that the team didn't do, and that was they didn't execute in that area. Period. They just did not. They could not. They could not, Mike.
Let me ask you a question. Is the offense more dangerous or less dangerous when every drive is 4-down territory?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you have three chances,
it depends on who's on your offense.
That's fair. You got 3 chances to get 10 yards.
I'm going to keep it a buck. Kyler Murray makes you play honest defense. Brock Purdy doesn't. That's the difference. If that was Colin Kaepernick back there, them motherfuckers would have been playing honest as a mug. Just because of a skill set. You know what? I'm not blaming Brock or whatever. Actually, I am, because he has to start understanding situational football too. We can't keep saying he's a great quarterback, and then when the situation presents itself, he
at a pass. Sorry, it's the Tourette's.
Keep the smooth,
I'm sorry.
You keep the smooth joints coming. That's what you're gonna do, Billy D. All right, but you get what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
you can't. He got to make the right play, and if you're gonna ad lib on the play. Yo, Mike, why not just run forward?
You know how many times I said, do you know you going the wrong way in the game? This man turned his back how many times in this game to the offensive line?
He did everything you do in Madden. When I'm playing Madden, that was him.
I don't do that in Madden because I know that you can't do that in Madden. They get your ass.
No. What I'm saying is, when my Madden simulations are live, that's the Brock Purdy. He turns his back. And there's the moment he does it, I'm like, it's a sack. Ask everybody that watches the Madden.
Fam. And here's what was getting me. I saw 3 times. No, I might be talking about last game. But he's been doing it consistently. He has an opportunity to step up in the pocket. No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's different.
That's being indecisive.
Yes. Staring at the wide open guy and like, nah, okay, yeah. And now you late with the delivery.
Trigger, bro. Pull it.
I thought that was his specialty.
Me too. Don't say it in the presser. Oh, I should have pulled the trigger. Duh.
But like, he's had opportunities to step up in the pocket, and instead of stepping up in a clean pocket, he retreats out of the clean pocket. Now he's got to run 4 yards back to get around one of your big ass tackles.
And them sacks are on him. I want people to understand that those 2 sacks and the last 4 sacks have been on Brock Purdy. Now, do I love the fact that he's able to escape and try to make a play? Yeah. But you know what, Brock? Run forward, motherfucker. Like, don't go backwards. Like, move forward. Like, it's simple.
You're not asking for much, man.
Mike, that's why. Now, Mike, I know you're not going to agree with me. And I know we all pissed at Kyle. I know you pissed at Kyle. I know a lot of people pissed at Kyle. I know because I know our text messages, and I know they be heated. And you know when they heated when nobody responds but me and you. Like, I'll leave it at that.
Yo, even NY waited 12 smooth hours before he
I do
posted
wait to the
anything.
Buckcracker Dome before we woke up to be like, yo, it was the kicker.
For NY.
I love my guy, bro. That's the other Mike, y'all. That's the other Mike. He was like, yeah, it was
Oh,
the
man.
kicker. It was the kicker. It was the kicker. It's on the kicker.
And then, but so I know exactly what you're about to say, right? Like if Purdy is out there making those mistakes, that's him. That's not coaching. Here's my rebuttal, and then you can finish it up. My rebuttal is this: if you've been doing this for 4 or 5 straight games, who's responsible for correcting his actions?
Okay, so that's not okay. So that's coaching. So there's a difference between being a head coach and coaching. And I want to talk about head coaching and coaching because there are quarterback coaches, there are running back coaches, and he need to be with all the coaches. Because if you're going to be a running back, you need to know how a running back works. If you're going to be a quarterback that's going to go out and look for a pass, you need to be with the receiver coach. That's coaching. So yeah, it comes down to coaching, being able to fix the flaws. If they're going to watch this film like we watched the film, I hope the coaching, right? Kyle is trusting his coaches to report back to him to give him the feedback. I'm hoping the coaching, the first thing they say is, Brock, you got to run forward. We tell our running backs to fall forward. You got to run forward. And I'm hoping that's something that he can adjust and fix. So that's on the coaching to help him fix. But I'm sorry, bro.
Bro, he pump fakes beyond the line of scrimmage when he does finally go forward.
Coaching too, though, right? Though, that's coaching. That's not. We can't blame Kyle for that. Like I feel like you could blame Kyle for badass play calling because that's the play caller. If we had an offensive coordinator, to be an offensive coordinator for, right? That's Kyle. But coaching,
Kyle gonna make all of us look stupid when it's all said and done. He gonna make the playoffs. There we
go, man. Close the show.
He gonna make the damn playoffs.
Not gonna make me look stupid because I ain't the one. I ain't gonna make me. I know. I know what's going on.
He's going to make the playoffs. It's going to be a deep run, championship or Super Bowl, again, appearance, win, whatever you want to call it. And he going to say, told y'all, SMD, and leave me the F alone. Like, that's what's going to happen. It's just what's going to end up happening. It's so stupid. Like, we care and we this fired up. And once we win on Thursday, if we win on Thursday, we're literally in first place in the division.
And we're
in first place in the division.
Right. And we're going to forget about the loss. No, I know. This is all part of this Kyle plan. Leo says, what about how horrendous our defense is?
Yes, Leo's right.
It's horrendous. It's you know what, Leo, though, to be fair, it's horrendous in spurts, though. So, like, it's not this the first time. We can't say that the defense started off slow. You can't tell me that they started off slow. You can't. I understand they gave up a 50-yard touchdown run. That was them being unaware and undisciplined. That's different. But you know what the defense did? They corrected themselves. And so, like, I think personally, they ran out of gas, bro. Like, or they just missing key pieces too, bro.
But you can't look good for 75% of the game and then forget how to do it the rest of the time. That's coaching. That's coaching.
I can't blame missed tackles on the coaches, bro.
Bro, we missed tackles all game long. It's not like we just started missing tackles when we started doing bad.
You act like the coaches ain't saying, gotta rapid tackle. The players gotta execute the tackles, bro.
Well, the tackling gonna be worse this game because Kyle straight up said we're not doing no full speed practices. We getting on the plane, we going to Seattle, we going home and resting tonight and tomorrow. Like, so if y'all was mad at tackling in this game,
to be fair, I think that's funny. To be fair, I think they have no more than 5 missed tackles in this game.
We'll see.
Just to be, you know why? It's the trajectory. I think they had like 19. Hold on. You're not gonna like these stats. I promise, because you don't like stats.
Them boys gonna be running around. What was that naked dude in the cartoon with all the grease on them? They were trying to tackle them. Was that a Family Guy or something?
What?
Maybe it was a pig. Maybe it wasn't a human. It was somebody greased up and they was trying to catch him, and he just jumping at. They got him. Swap. He popped right out.
That sounds like some adult stuff right there, bro.
Yeah.
All right, man. Listen, Jeff Deeney, right? Jeff Deeney. He is PFF. Like the PFF 49ers PFF guy. So he's strictly to the San Francisco 49ers, right? All right. So week 1, they had 9 missed tackles. Week 2, 3. Week 3, 2. Week 4, who we played week 4, Mike? Why am I drawing?
Week 4 was the Patriots.
So we played the Patriots and had 17 missed tackles, Mike.
Week 4 was last week, right?
Yep. So I'm not saying that's what.
Wait, we had 17 missed tackles against the Patriots?
Yep. And 12 against.
But look at the score though. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just missed tackles. Like, the defense was sound when they were sound.
That's what I just said. I said in spurts they look horrendous. In spurts. I don't remember having 17 missed tackles against the Patriots, but I'm not gonna look it up. I ain't got the time. I gotta go to church. But my point is the coaching. To Mike, this is where the coaching comes in. Because the coaching needs to look at this. The coaching needs to see on film and be like, yo, y'all missed tackle, y'all missed tackle, y'all missed tackle. What's going on? What's up with all these missed tackles? And then the coach needs to reiterate the fundamentals of football. And then the team needs to go out there and execute it, Mike. At the end of the day, that's to me, that's the biggest thing. Because, Mike, keep it a buck. If we don't turn over the ball 3 times, we win this game, right? Regardless, kicker, no kicker. There you go. There you go. There you go. And the amount of times we ran the ball wouldn't have mattered. It's the turnover war was the issue. It was 1-3. 1-3. So, Mike, just moving forward, if you could make one adjustment, or excuse me, if you could suggest one adjustment for our head coach, just one, you can only pick one, and don't make it like 18 parts. One adjustment for our head coach, what would it be? Just for week 6, not for the future.
That's it.
Pain. I like that. So
Get physical.
You're going mentality. You know,
that's
like
it.
You want the mindset.
Short week, defense has to show up, and you got to have your run game. Pain. I want physical effing football.
I think
that's it. That's it.
Okay. I'm with.
That's me.
How do you say your name? Is it Araceli? That's kind of dope. I hope I said it right. Carrillo, I could read the last name. Araceli. Run the ball, bro. Run it. I don't give a. You just run it. You run it until they stop it. You run it. I don't care if he got to go pull his grandmama out the joint and come in there and run a play. You just run it. You run the ball. You know why, Mike? There was a person who commentated this game, Mike.
Tom Brady.
Mike, Tom Brady.
He dropped some dimes in this. You got to go. Don't get me started,
all the
bro.
time with the fam, bro. And Mike, this motherfucker literally was telling the 49ers how to beat this team, like all broadcast, bro. Do you remember?
Yes.
It's PAP. Do you know what that stands for, Mike?
I can't say it on air.
You can't say PAP? It's not pap smear. What the hell you can't say?
What you mean? Go ahead.
Play, action, pass. We would not play, action, pass. Mike.
We don't do it.
We used to be a play, action,
pass
team.
Season. This has been all season, bro.
Mike,
that's what I'm trying to tell you, that we thought we knew what you about to say. What I've been saying, we thought we knew who Kyle was, and he flipped the switch. He flipped the switch. You were just about to say we used to be a play action team all the time. It don't exist this season.
We used to be a run team. We went from a run team, bully mentality. Then we got a little finesse in there. The yak is missing. I think defenses are defending us differently. I'm not gonna lie, but that's part of the coaching. Got to figure out how to counter that. And we're going bombs. Kyle Shanahan is going for explosive plays. What if that's killing us? And as much as I like the 50, I mean, Brock Purdy's first play was a 53-yard explosive play, was a 53-yard joint. What was it, 20-something to Brandon? He runs for 30 yak, 53 yards. So that was there all game though, Mike. I ain't going front.
We live all the time, kicking it with the fam, bro. That's Breezy.
Mike, how is it that the first two plays from the Arizona Cardinals, first play was a pass, 22-yard game, right? The second play was a 50-yard touchdown. Mike, how is it?
They had 70 yards in 2 plays and finished the first half at like 108 yards.
How is it that they do play action pass on the first play with no runs? That's how dangerous Kyler Murray is, y'all. Y'all don't be watching our shows, man. There's a dangerous show. There's a threats show. I could tell y'all don't watch. We try to tell you. It's out there, but maybe the Niners need to watch the shows. Maybe they need to hear it from real people.
They want to do it their way.
I ain't got to play the sport to know what the fuck I see. I don't got to. So, and I'm too old to play it now. But at this point, bruh, they need to figure out something. And if it starts with the coach, it starts with the coach. Run it. That's my thing. Got to run it. Got to run the ball, bro. Hey, you know, it just changed. Running the ball, I don't care if you run it. Use the fucking rookie. I'm sorry, pardon my French. Use the rookie. Let the rookie run it. Like, let him run it. If he getting a yard or 2 yards, oh well. If you're trying to save Jordan Mason, run the goddamn ball. Like, because when Jordan Mason get out there, the change of pace would be crazy. Mike picked, and I'm going to leave the show with this. Mike picked a player that was the worst linebacker in the NFL to discuss on our Dangerous Players show this past week. Worst NFL player. Worst linebacking NFL player. His name is Kaiser White. How is it that Kaiser White was the best damn player on their team defensively? Interesting, right? Oh, I know why. Oh, I do know why. They didn't take advantage of him in the pass game, even though he came up with the interception because the ball was tipped. Perhaps if you throw it over him, he wouldn't come up with the interception. But it is what it is, man. Like at this point, Mike, the Niners got to do some soul searching, and they won't be able to do any of that until they get to the bye.
I love you, man.
All right, man. I'm out.
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay. We live all the time, kicking it with the fam, bro. That's Breezy. I'm Mike, and this is The BAM Show.